Let's go.
Let's go. So yeah, like what's really interesting is, I mean, one, BT. I really like that level because it really shows off the affection BT develops for Cooper.
Mm.
He wants to retain him as a pilot. You see the jovial nature of like, what's a hot streak? It's like got that Terminator 2 moment, you know. He's throwing him across. He's like, trust me, Cooper. I'm gonna launch you like, you know, kilometers in the air, and you'll be okay.
It has the power to destroy entire worlds, but without its power source, the Ark
Is that a good guy?
Your mission is to capture the Ark before it can leave the airbase.
Now,
Core,
what I really wanted to talk to you about is when I started off the stream with the IMC being potentially good guys to a lot of the frontier. The reason why I say that is because one of my favorite characters I play a lot on Apex Legends, Bangalore, she is here.
Get to cover, pilot.
She's your favorite, mate.
Yeah.
Is she in this?
You don't see her, but she's in this battlefield.
Okay.
She's fighting for the IMC.
Just a quick little reference as well. I'm not sure if you saw those concrete behind you a little bit. Like just behind you a little bit. They were more like sea battles.
Yeah.
So that's obviously World War II and you know, storming the beaches and that sort of thing in northern France.
Yeah, that's exactly what it did look like. I'm just going to turn this.
It's
down
interesting the little tactics that they do to try and
come in.
evoke emotions.
Yeah.
In you.
L7, turn it around.
Just do me a favor, just a tiny bit quiet, especially when I'm in battle.
Sorry. Just make sure I've got my mic here in a good position because my position was a little bad for a moment then. Whoa.
I just got absolutely murked.
Yeah.
But
Take
yeah,
it, mate.
It's really cool to know that, like, you know, Bangalore's here and she's fine. And that's what I asked because, you know, upon learning about this new...
Unless we take out those cannons, we're not getting any closer to that ship.
This new war with Apex, she's very much, you know, I was raised by the IMC, I was born into it, my family's all part of it. They're not monsters, we help them.
Is that what she says?
Yeah. She's like, I'm sick of getting dirty looks everywhere I go, people out the frontier.
Barely off target, pressing fire.
Yeah, she's like, the IMC to me aren't bad. Like, they're people, they're not just an army. And it's like such a cool point, man. And then when you read up on all the legends, you start to realize that a lot of them were in this war, a lot of their families were in this war. There was a bunch of them that didn't want to be on either side.
Yeah. I mean, that's every war. I mean, there's so much nuance.
Because the militia is in above, doing wrong things.
Store 2, watch your 6.
Yeah, what I wanted to say is, I mean, it's so funny how the media paints our wars.
Yeah.
They're trying to do such a good job of making someone the bad guy, but what they're actually doing in that is removing their humanity. And there is always humanity on the other side. It doesn't take much to just, you know, listen to the other side. You realize very quickly that you have so much more in common with these people than you would ever thought. So maybe these people are just feeling disenfranchised or whatever. They're feeling, you know, suppressed or pushed down or whatever, and maybe they have a legitimate concern. Maybe they're just a group of people that, due to arbitrary colonial lines that have been drawn in the sand, that maybe they just want to be their own country or something, you know?
Exactly.
You know, and just because someone imposed this line and said, you three groups of people need to live together, doesn't mean those three groups of people need to live together. They just say, look, we just want to do our own thing, we want to govern ourselves. And it doesn't mean that they're the bad guys. It just means that they might do things which are questionable.
Oh my god, I couldn't get to that battery. That's so frustrating.
That's a shame. yeah, they do things that are maybe unconventional, that are, you know, that are frowned upon, but they're doing what they can and they're fighting for what they believe in at the end of the day. And you would do the same.
Exactly.
Keep moving. That ship
It's
can
like you
take
run
off at
through
any
this, and
moment.
it's just like, think about what you've done so far in this game. You just melted, like melted, you know, just oh my god, I'm gonna go down again. This battery. Absolutely melted robots, militia, like, you know, so many people.
Use your cores,
Yeah.
people. L4, get to that underground
These are people that
entrance.
they have their beliefs as well. They're,
Watch for flanking.
You know, it's so funny how we talk about, like, you know, the soldier that, the expendable soldier who wanders into battle, and, you know, it's like the day that he would have lived, he would have walked home to his wife, hung his hat up on his stand and put his coat up and said, "Oh honey, I had such a hard day at work today. Blowing up the rebellion, whatever, blah blah blah." You know, like, I love that sort of comedy skit. It's kind of like that is the humanizing of
yeah.
whoever. Are they the enemy? Maybe they're the enemy because
So
someone
the
said so.
absolute best is, I'm not sure if you've seen Eddie, is Death Star Canteen.
Yeah.
The best, mate.
And it's just like, well, he's complaining because he's just like, you don't have this, like, salami for my sandwich or something. You know,
Is
as
it
simple as that.
Penny Arrabbiata? That's all we
Yeah,
have.
Penny
It's all
Arrabbiata.
Penny Arrabbiata. You need a tray. It's ultimate. It's exactly what it's like, isn't it? Well, I assume
Yeah.
it's exactly what it's like. We are about to go down here, get these batteries. First call, let's go.
Pilot, you're with me.
People who rule the Death Star are the only ones who don't feel like getting a
Into the
tray.
tunnel.
Yeah, yep. Where are they? I'll be honest, this game's great, and being a Titan is very fun, but it's not as rewarding as when you're a pilot and you're just smashing around, running, wall jumping, parkour, and, you know, up close and personal. It's nowhere near the same.
Running around as a Titan looks like a lot of fun, and maybe it gives you like a false sense of security in
It
the.
does.
Yeah, you feel like you can't die then, and there's definitely a massive differences to when you're running around as a pilot as to a Titan. So imagine how you can easily sort of, you know,
L4, store 2.
go flying into battle as a pilot and then not realize and then get taken down just because you thought, oh, yeah,
Yep.
lost myself in the
Now, this is Scorch. Hello, what's this? This guy's got that good old fire weapon.
All forces advance on militia outlaw.
That's why his name's Scorch, I imagine.
It's the model. It's like BMW.
Okay.
This is not over yet.
Is it more like a 3 Series? Yeah.
I'd say that's more like an M60. Now,
Are you on a split?
what we spoke about before, especially the gunplay, amazing gunplay, amazing movement. But if you look, there's no recoil even on the Titans.
Yeah, true.
And
You're
it's
just
like,
in a giant
I
tire
want to
running
see
around.
as soon as I shoot this to go, you know,
Enemy Titan in sight.
I should be have to maintain this weapon. I know it's on.
Yeah, I disagree with that. Yeah, that's why, because it's on a Titan, the Titan should be able to calculate that and then,
Fair.
you know,
That's a good. Yeah, I'll pay that.
counteract the recoil with, you know, it should know what's going on. And be able to steady that as best as possible with computer, you know, computations at quantum levels as it's doing its thing.
Now, here's the funny thing about, I guess, the what we're talking about is Titans. Now, hold damage. I really need to get. Oh, I thought that was a mate. That's why I was like, I take this much damage.
Our reactor is unstable.
Just getting taken down by it.
Just like
And then we
punching
can't
me in the
hide there.
face.
That's the last hit you're
You
getting
gotta be
in,
careful
Militia.
here.
We hide you down.
I feel like as I was talking for a moment ago, I think I touched on something that you really want to speak on. What was that?
Talking after the recall, but more importantly, like the Titan. Now,
Follow me.
it's more to do
There's
with
a
the
lift up
lore of
ahead.
Apex and Titanfall, the universe in general. But why does the militia have Titans? Because it's an IMC
Here we go.
build.
Get ready, pilot. Going up.
Now, truth be told, it's not actually a weapon. These were
That was the
farming
easy part.
robots. That's how the Frontier used them. They were left behind by the IMC
Well, you're doing a good job,
as
Cooper.
farming
And
and
as far as I'm concerned, you've
colonial
earned your
robots
pilot
to colonize these
certification.
planets. They armed them and changed them.
Now
It's like
let's finish
such a
this
cool
thing and get
tidbit.
home.
New time loadout. Yeah. The North Star. Let's have a look at that. Sniper. A railgun.
Plasma railgun.
Let's have a look.
There
If
she
you want
is.
to talk sci-fi,
We
Ann,
still
I'll
have
tell you
time
all
to
about
intercept the
railgun.
arc.
Tell me, what is a railgun? Because I have no idea.
Move! Incoming
So,
hostiles!
it launches a projectile out of it. But the method in the way it does it is that you have these two rails, essentially, which are conducive to electricity, and it shoots that up, and it's this electrical charge that shoots back down the gun of the rail, which launches a projectile out of it. It's not as if it's an explosive, but this projectile is something that is used to just tear through anything. So the coolest thing is that you see this used in, for example, The Expanse. They have railguns, and when you see them being used, it's just like, oh wow, this is cool.
Just a quick one, Stoke.
Yeah,
Can
go
you
on.
just turn your mic a tiny bit up?
Yeah,
Just after picking up this weapon, it's like, boom, boom. Yeah, it's really difficult to cut in.
yeah, no problem. I've just pumped that up a couple of notches. I hope that's okay. Is that a bit better?
Yeah.
So,
All I can hear is explosions. Yeah, me too, Turbo. You know, a matter of fact, this is a great. Let's get that down.
can you? I hope you can hear me now.
Yep, you're way better.
Way better. Okay, sorry.
That actually sounds like that turned that up.
Turned what up?
Sound effects in multiplayer. What do you? What?
Right. Okay, cool. Yeah, so it's not as if you're actually dealing with an explosive round, like, you know, you think of World War II, you're thinking of shells.
Yeah.
A shell that you're putting into a cannon and launching, and it's supposed to explode upon impact. That's not what a railgun is at all. A railgun is an electrical charge which is forcing just a solid metal projectile into something else, and because you're doing it at such a high velocity, it just destroys and tears through whatever it's going for. Now you see this represented in science fiction and things like, you know, The Expanse, as I was talking about. But let me have you know, the US Navy has developed railguns of their own, and
Really?
wow, they're cool. Yeah, they're cool. Go on YouTube and just Google US Navy railgun. They're really cool, and seeing them shoot something is just like, you know, it's just this crazy bang. The issue with them is that they tear up their own insides. So when you see a railgun fire at the end of the you know, the, what do you call that, the barrel of the gun, you see a lot of like sort of smoke come out, and that is actually the gun chewing itself up on the inside. So they're not really that, they haven't developed the correct materials yet. So if they're able to develop the materials that can withstand this kind of force being, you know, ejected at such a high speed, then then these are a viable kind of weapon. But for the time being, we don't actually have the materials available, which would make them a viable weapon. But yeah, cool.
So
Hey, yeah,
Sounds like Stoll spit.
I like sci-fi stuff.
Spit bars over drum and bass.
Yeah.
Would such technology have a use anywhere else? Apart from, you know,
Space.
pain and damage? But you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I get you.
Marcy wants, I'm in the mix, getting in the mix here.
It's just supposed to be a more economical way of, you know, firing a weapon rather than using combustion, because that's what has been used up until now. It's just combustion, and this is a completely different method of doing the exact same thing, of forcing a projectile in a forward motion. You know, so yeah, that's the major difference between the two, and the railgun is far more practical in being able to be implemented because you don't need the combustion side of it. Hence, it also being very good for space. So, space applications. But not only that, like the actual US Navy application of it was to put it on a warship.
Yeah.
Which is quite cool, you know.
Final Fantasy. FF7, the cannon.
Yeah, that sort of thing. That's a completely different kind of projectile, but yeah.
I love that you're like, well, technically, yeah, but you're wrong. It's a completely different style projectile. Exactly. These guys. This battle is awesome. Yeah, I agree, Shaq. It's actually the funnest I've had. Well, the funnest Titan bit in the game, I agree. As I was saying before, I don't really like being a Titan. Like, it just doesn't have the same movement to me. Probably shouldn't use this loadout as well. It's not my preferred weapon. But it's kind of fun just because we're on the topic of railguns. Nice,
Quick question out in the chat. I mean, because Shaq, you're obviously listening. Is my microphone that horrible that I'm like, or am I you know, audible? Can you hear me? Spits. But what was it? What did he say? Sounds like Soul's trying to spit bars over a drum and bass beat.
Yeah, when I first got this railgun, it was
oh, it was a super loud railgun.
Yeah. I mean, just the Titan battles alone are just really really loud.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Jack. Yep.
Yeah, the contrast between the I guess the Titans and the pilots, you're right. It's nice. I mean, that's what Titans were meant to feel like. They were meant to, you know, feel like these unstoppable forces that turn the tide for you in battle. And funnily enough, that's why they left them out of Apex Legends. They tried every which way to have them involved. And it's the last thing they gave up. It was like their last garrison. They were not going to leave them out because that's their game. But then they realized they just can't have them. It was literally a race to see who got to a Titan first. And you're basically unstoppable. And if you played the multiplayer, like the Battle Royale style or the deathmatch styles in this, yeah, it feels like that way too. As soon as a Titan drops on the field, it's game over for a lot of people.
I like that contrast too, in that there's such a disparagement between a general soldier and a Titan, and even just a general foot soldier and a pilot, because there's obviously a difference between those two as well.
The best thing about see, this is why I lean more towards pilot. When you take down a Titan and you're a pilot, like not one of these robot, like, you know, grunts, like I'm talking a Titan like wearing, it is the best feeling. You just dance around him, you know, grapple on top, you pull out the battery that really struggles. This thing, give me some issues here. Yeah,
is that one of the major bad guys, like a Richter?
No. These are like, I guess you say like the... Oh my god, I gotta get to this battery, screen battery, where is it? There. These are like your elite soldiers for the Titans. You know, you have your little robot grunts that are just AI, and this is actually piloted. These are piloted by people. But the Scorch tends to be the commander, like the infield commander. He's the leader. And You know what?
Yep.
It's not working for me.
Not liking the railgun?
No. That's it. Just give me this like little shotgun thing. Bang, bang, bang. That's the one. So I'm just hiding behind my other Titans. But more importantly, I really prefer this Titan loadout because of this. You throw your little shield up. It's like a get out of jail free card, man.
Gibraltar.
Gibraltar is exactly right. Just done it. Oh no.
Don't know if you're an Apex player, Shaq, but yeah, obviously you see the parallels between Titanfall 2 and Apex Legends.
I've been asking Shaq to get into a game of Apex for a long time, man. Yeah, it'd be fun to run some duos or some trios. It's been a minute since you and me have played it. Stealth.
Yeah, you need to use your Smurf account. That's what it comes down to. Is that whenever I jump into Apex Legends, you are at such a high level that when I get in, I'm like just overshadowed by the competition.
Yeah.
So it's important that you use your Smurf account when you do it.
It's gotten better. But there was a part, you know, for example, I ran into a guy the other day that I killed, and he was like level 2. And he was just kind of standing there, running around in circles. And I felt really bad because I was like, yeah, I'm just ruining this guy's experience. Never really been a fan of multiplayer battle royale games. Neither was I until I played Apex. I mean, and I credit this whole game for that because the gunplay and the movement in this game. Ooh, yeah, they're taking the arc
Bliss,
weapon.
this is Sloan. The arc is headed your way. I'll let Viper take it from here. See you soon.
Yeah, I credit Titanfall for trying Warzone to it. Yeah, Warzone's not fun. I tried one game of it.
Yeah, but to be fair, I mean, you and I were playing Battlefield 3 back in the day. Like, first-person shooter, this is... first-person shooters is something we've been doing for quite some time.
Yeah,
But, and then we moved on to Fortnite, but just for a minute. Like, well, for you it was more of a minute, for me it was more like half an hour. I was there for a little longer than you.
In my excitement, I lost my bottle opener. BT, help me out here.
Yeah.
Love that.
So yeah, I mean, we had Battlefield 3 that moved on to Battlefield 4, and then what else did we? After that, we played a bit of Fortnite together. But then when Apex came along, it was kind of like, all right. I feel like Apex is a good accumulation of one of the best sort of.
Yeah, I still revisit Battlefield. To be fair, I still jump into Battlefield 4. I've still got it.
Does Battlefield have a battle royale kind of?
The new one does, but it's not its sole game mode, you know. So it's like,
Okay.
yeah, it's not as fully fledged. Okay, what are we on? Doesn't this give you Star Wars vibes? Look at this.
Yeah.
Cloud City.
Oh, it's a little bit like Thailand.
What's the beach?
Coming up on a transport.
Yeah, the beach.
Woman.
Way.
Avatar vibes. Fair.
Yeah, Avatar vibes too. Yeah, for sure.
You know, I
See
think I
some
said this
flying pterodactyls.
on part 1 of Titanfall. Not a fan of Avatar.
Airborne bogey acquired.
I could just
Nah, me
picture,
neither.
yeah, just picture Shaq just falling out of his chair. Not happy with it.
Overhyped. Avatar was like, you know, it was popular because they said it was going to be, you know, a James Cameron film that was well out of its depth, so to say, because they're doing something new, something different. But really, it was, yeah, generic storyline bang. Yeah.
Here we go. Epic set piece here. We're just skateboarding, surfing on top of all these airships. Did you
I
see?
feel like the only groundbreaking things was the, you know, the visuals, but storyline, it was
average at best.
average at best.
Take control of this. Guys, militia. Okay. Oh, is he just gonna chuck me? Let's go, BT.
Oh, we're doing,
Just like before.
what's his name? Tom
Not exactly.
Tom Brady.
There are significantly
Tom Brady,
more
doing Tom
variables
Brady
to
again.
throwing between two moving platforms.
Are you having to control like sort of?
No, he just launches me.
You won't land on that shit. Hey.
So, one of my favorite things about this whole game is this Titan that we're fighting, or that did that to us.
We'll drop you off at the stern and you'll
It's still the best visuals in a movie you've ever seen.
Contact left.
Cooper, I'm gonna
Have you seen Avengers?
without crashing. Time your jump.
I do say so myself.
Now, go!
I'm with Shaq on that. I'd prefer Avatar over Avengers, but go on.
So, this Titan's name is Viper. And is an airborne, I guess you would say an aircraft Titan. What does that remind you of?
Aircraft Titan.
Oh, the codename Viper.
Viper.
It's pretty obscure. I'm going deep into obscurity here.
Yeah, like I'm quick to jump on something simple like Top Gun, but clearly it's not that.
Shaq might know. I mean, you were Top Gun, yeah. You just said it as well, Skull. Holy shit, Viper's up here. It's like my favorite line in that whole film. Goose. It's so good. Yeah. Maverick, Goose. And then they're like, realize they're out of their depth. Commander Mike MC or something. Yeah. Holy shit, Viper's up here.
Call sign Viper.
Call sign Viper. It's so funny. I refuse to believe that the devs didn't include and call it Viper for that reason. Like they had to have. You know? You don't make an airborne flying Titan and not give it the codename Viper because of Top Gun. And speaking of great films, Top Gun. Jeez.
Great film. Have you seen the newest Top Gun? Like
They're making
the one
a
that came
remake
out?
of it?
Yeah. Well, no. Just it's like a sequel.
Holy shit, it's Viper. Yeah, every time it makes me laugh. There's a sequel to Top Gun?
Yeah. And Maverick, you know, Tom Cruise, he's like this old guy, same thing, and it's like.
Oh, I've seen the trailer.
Really
Yeah,
cool.
I've seen the trailer. Yeah, Maverick should
Film,
have
you haven't seen the film yet.
No, have you? Is it out?
I haven't seen it yet. It should have dropped last year, as Shaq's saying.
Oh, COVID.
COVID, yeah.
Got you. He's the trainer at the Top Gun Academy.
Yeah, it looks sick. I hope they pull it off. I hope this is one of those like remake sequel things where they actually do something good with it. I have high hopes.
I'm in
I have
trouble
high
here.
hopes. I'm optimistic.
I don't know, man. I mean, this is such a fun topic, though. Like, I'll say this.
Yeah.
Well, I needed to really think about this because I'll say this. I'm not his fan. I'm not a Tom Cruise fan. Right? I can't separate his shenanigans.
Well, he's private from his professional.
Yeah.
I get you.
No. I do. Sorry. I'm saying the opposite. I can separate that, but any movie he's in, as much as I really despise his private, I think he's a bit of a lunatic, and it's quite funny. His movies are banging. There's no doubt about it. The Mission Impossible's bang.
Yeah.
Like Minority Report, he's done bits, man. And Top Gun's amazing.
Even The Edge of Tomorrow, which was fairly recent. Yeah, that was good.
Is amazing. Yeah. Dream game, Edge of Tomorrow, but in Titanfall style like this. Please.
Yeah, so that's a funny thing with Tom Cruise. Like, you can't discount him as an actor. He's definitely a professional actor who can do his job. He's very competent, but you just have to look past his private life. And I don't even like that anyway. Like, what people do in their private time is up to them. Like, I'm not a big fan of this whole cancel culture stuff. Like, if you want to cancel someone, just because he believes that or he's into that. I don't like that. Just let them be who they want to be in their private lives, and I'm cool to see them in their professional lives because they do a good job. Because that's what it comes down to. That's what you're paying to see. You're paying to see someone in their professional life do their job.
Exactly. Shaq, I've never understood the hatred for The Edge of Tomorrow. Ooh, mate. I didn't realize there was hatred for it.
Neither did I.
To be completely honest. Oh, am I going to make this? Ooh. pilot.
Oh man, this is cool stuff.
It is cool stuff, isn't it? I'm glad you said that because, like, yeah, we're talking about some very fun subjects at the moment. But yeah, these boys, man. When they developed this game, they really did something else.
For a first-person shooter, this is above and beyond what one would expect. You really have to say that.
Yep.
I mean, it wasn't just the time travel section. Like now, doing this, like flying through Thailand here with these massive cliff faces, and having to run along the side of a flying, moving spaceship to get into the battlefield here on the top of another big, massive, I mean, spaceship. Jesus.
Yep.
This is epic. Like, epic is an understatement, I gotta say.
I'm so glad that we can one, do this stream together, and thanks for being here as well, Turbo. Oh no, I didn't realize there was not my man. But also, you start to realize the epicness of what's happening. Like, yeah, just to summarized it, man. Now, the cool bit is, and you may have missed it, these boys made the jump as well in front of me. They're pilots. Like, I'm with the big dogs now. Holy shit, Viper's up here. You know?
I like that because I didn't want you to be alone this whole time. That'd be like, you know, the unlikely superhero trope.
Yeah.
I didn't want that.
Let me see if I can get some. I can't get up there. Yeah, it's like BT put his neck on the line for me as much as a robot could. I don't want a new pilot. I want this guy. He's like,
as much as a robot
could. He's like, we have a 90% battle or some efficiency rating now, and now we're in it. You know, it's time for Maverick per se, as we've been speaking, to step up. It got absolutely canned. Shaq. I can't believe that. Like, what are we doing if that got canned? And do you know why it got canned? Tom Cruise. That's why it got canned. Just because people don't like it.
I think that had something to do with it for sure.
Yeah, it had to. Because it's such a good film. Good old Emily Blunt as well. It's actually a Japanese film, right? Or is it Japanese comic or something?
I don't know, but I see like the Groundhog Day like influence there, but in a battle scene kind of, you know, yeah.
Sci-fi can be very Marmite too. Yeah.
We're gonna breach the glass. Take your marks.
Let's go. Get the vault out. And would you say this bit is very Halo? Well, we spoke about this. I've never played Halo. Am I missing out?
Neither have
my
I.
target.
Am I missing out?
I've
Is that
never...
a first-person shooter? I thought that was a first-person shooter.
I didn't do anything then. I was just crouching. Those boys handled it while I was chatting with Lucas. Can't get in.
Cooper, get to the captain's console if disabled.
Cheers, lads.
Yeah, thanks, boys. I've never owned an Xbox. I've played Xbox, but I've never owned an Xbox. Where would you rank Halo? Is Halo better than Titanfall 2, Shaq, or is Halo? I don't know.
Yeah, Shaq. I've been PlayStation since the time I was like a 10-year-old. You're gonna have to excuse me for that. Never crossed that junction. You know, that Rubicon is too big for most people, I think. Like, if you've been PlayStation since the time you
Here we
could
go.
walk, you're definitely not gonna
in control.
Jump to Xbox. So now you're in control of the spaceship itself.
You're pulling away from the Draconis. Go left.
Halo was very good at its time. Super smooth shooter with a decent story.
That's not the correct heading, Coop. Steer left.
Be honest, Turbo. Is it Titanfall 2 or Halo? The early games may feel quite dated
Stay that
now.
course. You've almost got him lined up.
Gotcha.
Okay.
GoldenEye.
Shut up and let him do the driving.
I like an objective opinion.
Yeah.
That's it.
Shaq's
Did it. Use your Titan, Cooper.
very
Done babysitting.
balanced. Fine in my many discussions with him. What's this? Hello. Holy shit.
What do you want?
Oh, it's BT. I thought
Ready
it was
to
someone
transfer
else.
control to pilot.
Let's go, BT.
Cooper,
Like,
cover
fuck it
from the
up.
rear. Take the deck and get to the Draconis.
4 wasn't great. I didn't play 5 because it didn't release on PC, so I can't comment. Okay. Okay, some batteries here. Something's about to go down.
Voodoo 1. Viper
Halo
on
Reach
station.
was amazing at
Journey
camera.
ends here, pilot.
Now say it with me, Stella. Holy shit! Viper! oh my god, beer
Does he
down.
have a South African accent as well?
No, he's Sloane has a British accent. Yeah, I forgot you struggled to hear that. Yeah, Viper is just American jock.
Oh, okay. It seems suitable. Yeah, like I like.
This guy killed me so many times. I do remember this now, Turbo. I was just thinking to myself, I was like, concentrate, don't die on stream. Hardest fight in the game. Cool.
Also, due to our recommendations of playing Titanfall 2, Shaq, you've gone ahead and actually played this fight. Is that what you're telling us?
You played this through, right, Shaq? If I remember correctly.
You hear that ringing in your ears, son?
This guy. Do you know what I realized? I beat the game in December. Oh, so quite late. Yeah, like target on this guy.
Last ride, son. This is your stop.
First core ready.
This guy, first call ready. Let's go. Slippery, isn't he? Picked it up for 4 quid on Steam, entered into. Yep, amazing. Yeah, it's been on my list of playthroughs for a long time, and especially with Stoll. More so, I need that battery. I'm gonna go down here. Let's run. This battery. Where is it?
Good tone. Box 10.
Oh my god, just in time.
That's a battery for the Titan, right?
Yeah, so
Titan.
that's my life up there, that bar you see.
Yeah.
The green, yeah.
So he's running low.
Yeah, it's not the longest campaign. I'll say that, so 2 days is appropriate, and that's kind of why when I was like, let's play this through, I want to play this through with Stoll. I want him to have this experience. That's why we decided to do it in 2 streams, because it's not worth the chapters. You beat a chapter in 20 minutes.
Viper 1, take cover. Raz 4, Viper's got you in the pipe. 555.
But they have been quite quick.
Yeah. First call, let's go.
Taking fire. 090 which one? Viper 1 lost
He's done.
control. I'm losing control.
See you later.
Going down.
Have it.
Mayday going down.
Briggs. This is BT
Just-
17.
I
Like
hear
a
that word.
Thailand mountain just.
I was thinking the same. I hear that movie song come in. Hey,
Wait.
woman! As he's like, oh no!
You did not.
Did I just embark off? Like, speaking of woman.
I thought you did. Yeah, right. Little
was it-
too cocky there.
Commander Briggs.
How
this
is it down there, Viper? Let me have a
1724.
squiz.
Viper is
I'll have a
down.
shifty.
Copy that. Board the
Whatever, I never
Defenders and
lost to
secure
a
the
were
Ark.
rat.
We'll prep
Lol.
for transfer.
That's fair. I'll take that.
Recommend you disembark.
Disembark for fastball.
That's pretty funny. Did you lose to a were rat? Yeah.
You know full well I lost to a were rat. Oh, I see how it
I
is.
didn't-
I see how it is. Okay.
I,
okay.
look, beers and buster sores, I'm getting trashed, so I don't even remember to be fair, but
Ooh. I totally forgot about this. Holy shit, it's Viper.
oh, he's coming back for more.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I don't know if you're recovering from that anytime soon. That was a
Come on, BT.
blow.
I need help, BT.
Just tearing the pieces off him.
I've lost the hatch. Need cover. Need cover.
Cooper, aim for the cockpit. Take the shot.
Where is he? I can't see. There he is. Got him. Fuck you.
What do you want?
BT. You okay?
Left arm severed. However,
got no left arm.
it's still operational.
Oh,
This
Jesus.
ship is
He's
rapidly
looking worse for
losing
wear.
altitude. It is up to us, Cooper.
I totally forgot about this dude. Not BT. Don't want him. I actually forget how the ending. All I remember is cause and effect. Time gauntlet. Oh my god. guy's
We're
just running
approaching
for
the
dear
Ark's
life.
containment unit.
I want to be slightly critical. Like you see BT walking down the hallway here, and he's like sort of stumbling, like a human would. I'm sorry, but BT, you're a computer. You wouldn't stumble. You would deal with the fact you're missing an arm. Just trudge on. Like, sorry to be realistic.
Fair. BT has got no left, like most people that play people.
I
Okay.
cannot reach the
Oh.
Ark. Cooper, I need your help.
Ooh, what's he need? Is he gonna stick me in there? The Ark.
You're going back in time?
Quickly, we need to get off the ship. We are running out of time.
Oh, he can't grab it. That's why he needs me to push it towards him. Go on, mate.
This way, Cooper.
Oh, look at BT. What a hero.
Jesus. Like, they really don't hold back with the epicness of this game. I gotta be honest, right?
Get the Ark out of here, mate.
Negative.
Search for BT.
You're trapped.
What are you doing?
That's pretty funny.
Protocol 3. I will not lose another pilot.
No BT.
Brace for impact.
I don't get what's happening right now.
We're going down. BT's like, when I'm not going to lose another pilot.